Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the end of another night shift week right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stewart. Tonight we do a thing we call Real Talk. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those on TuneIn Radio, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Those who are locked in on kevinstew.com, PEMGTV.com. You guys over there on TV land, how you doing? And all affiliates, known and unknown. Big ups, big ups, big ups to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the end of the night shift week, also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show, Real Talk. Kicking it off with some Enzo. Track called Come Over.
I can tell that you love me by the way you're looking at me. Girl, the feeling is mutual, 'cause I love you the same way, and I love you so much. I don't care what people say, it's complicated, 'cause you got your man, girl. I just know that I want you, same way you want me. Baby girl, come over, wanna be your lover. Got some things to show you, got some things to show you. Wanna give you pleasure, searching for your treasure. I could be you, everything you want. I could be you, I could be you, I could be you. Tonight I will forgive you of everything you've done, yeah, in your past. Tonight I'll be your preacher, baby. You give me your undivided, and I'll relieve all your stress, baby, with my forgiveness, my forgiveness. I just wanna give you everything that you've been searching for, baby. All you gotta do, baby girl, come over, wanna be your lover. Got some things to show you, got some things to show you. Wanna give you pleasure, searching for your treasure. I could be you, I could be you, everything you want. I could be you, I could be you, I could be you. I know how to treat you right. Just tell me yeah, tell me yeah. I'll be all you want. Girl, just come on over, spend the night. It'll be the best, be the best. All you gotta do, baby, just come over. Let me be your lover. I can give you pleasure, I can give you pleasure. I will be your savior, I can be your preacher. I'll forgive your sins, I'll forgive your everything. Baby girl, come over, wanna be your lover. Got some things to show you, got some things to show you. Wanna give you pleasure, searching for your treasure. I could be you, I could be you, everything you want. I could be you, I could be you, I could be you, I could be you. Oh.
to say greetings and salutations to those locked in on Facebook Live. I don't know what happened to the first video. I won't question it.
I will forgive you of everything you've done.
Yeah, this is the second one, so you're not going crazy.
Past. Tonight I'll be your preacher, baby. You give me your undivided, and I'll relieve all your stress, baby, with my forgiveness.
The track in the background is called Come Over.
Give you everything that you've been
Artist goes by the name Enzo.
baby. All you gotta do, baby, come over. Wanna be your lover.
Want to say thank you to Pulse Media Group
Show ya,
for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast.
show ya. What
When being in the moment is priceless, give them a call for innovative streaming and recording solutions.
I can be you, I can be you.
Pulse Media can do everything you see right here on kevinstew.com and more. They can host your website. They can provide you with streaming on your website. If you want to take it a step further and have your own internet TV station, they can hook you up with that too.
How to treat you right.
Give them a call, 754-999-6020.
Yeah,
Or check them online at pulseemg.com. Tell them you heard about them on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
it'll be the best, be the best. All you gotta do, baby, just come over. Let me be your lover. I can give you pleasure.
Yeah, my girl, come link me.
Pleasure, I will be your savior. I can be your preacher. I'll forgive your sins. I'll forgive your everything. Baby girl, come over. Wanna be your lover. Got some things to show you. Got some things to show you. But I'll give you pleasure. Searching for your treasure. I could be you, I could be you, everything you want. I could be you.
Want to say big ups to those who are locked in on in the stew pot right now.
I could be you.
The man himself, the GM, Mr. Marlon Burrell. Big ups here, big ups, brother.
But I'll give
You catch him every Monday and Wednesday
searching for
from 7 to 10 on Reggae Global. No, let me say it properly. Reggae Global Radio
I could be you.
and affiliate stations.
I could be you.
Want to say big ups to everybody else in the stew pot remaining anonymous. That's okay. I'll take you anyway I get you. Glad for the company because you know I couldn't do it without you, right? And I wouldn't even try to. So tonight on Real Talk, we're gonna have a little bit of a real conversation about something that we kind of take for granted on a regular basis. This whole dating thing. Now, it's one thing when you're dating outside of what is considered a pandemic. It's another thing when you're dating in this whole COVID pandemic crisis that we hear about constantly. So, how then do you move forward? If you're wondering when it is it is safe, when is a good time to start dating again, how to do it, and how to do it safely, well, I can tell you, you're not alone. Yeah, this is a nice tune from Enzo. So, social media is one way to do it. Email might be another way to do it. Courtesy of NPR.org, they say NPR readers have sent in questions about dating and relationships in the COVID-19 age. So here's what some of the queries sound like. Will I ever be able to impress women with my cooking skills again? Or do we need to keep all dates outdoors? Do we need to get tested before masks come off? Are masks during sex really a thing? No, that question alone, them two last questions there, wicked, real is real talk, because it's all about wearing a mask. It's all about what is going on with you. Are you COVID free or not? How do you know? Are you asymptomatic? Are you, did you have it before? If you had it before, can you still pass it on? All these questions going on in people's heads. So, how does one date? Or do you just hit a pause button on wanting to have that type of a relationship with someone else? As one of the readers of NPR.org put it, it certainly would be easier if there were a dating app that assesses potential partners by their efforts to keep safe in the pandemic. But until that happens, they consulted with several health and relationship experts to figure out how to navigate intimacy while keeping COVID-19 at bay, which seemed to be quite interesting. I was talking with a girlfriend of mine today, and she said, this whole dating thing is it doesn't seem like a pandemic is at play or anybody's taking it seriously. Now, she takes it super seriously because she has underlying conditions. But she said she's doing online dating, and just about everybody she is connected with said, let's meet up. When can we meet? Can we hang out? And she is wondering, what world are they living in? So there's this one person, she said, blocked her after her response was, so aren't you concerned about this whole COVID-19 thing? I don't want to meet up with you for drinks or anything like that, because then I'm going to have to take off a mask. And I'm not comfortable doing that out in public yet. And she never heard from the dude again. Now, is this a real fear that people are having? I'm curious. I'd like to know. So, numbers to call, numbers to text, 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp. You can, of course, jump into the stew pot on kevinstew.com and leave your comments there. It is a judgment-free zone. Of course, when you go to kevinstew.com, you are encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. That's the motto. And it's all about our enlightenment, because we want to know. So share with me, text me, message me in the stew pot. If you're overseas and none of those options work for you and you want to call me anyway, I have Skype. So my Skype handle is kevin.stew. Link me. Let's talk. Share with me your thoughts. Share with me what you would do. And for those on social media, on Facebook Live, share with a friend, comment, and let's see where this takes us. So, the main takeaway, just like before the pandemic, is open and honest communication is key. Now, I'll say this. Open and honest conversation doesn't seem to happen all the time with everyone. Doesn't really matter how long you've been in a relationship. That was something I learned myself recently. It just doesn't happen. And I can say I learned it myself because I didn't start doing it until recently. So that means asking questions such as, if your job requires you to be around other people, what precautions do you take during and after interactions? Do you live with other people? And if so, how do you track each other's risk of exposure to the virus? Do you go to restaurants and other public spaces? So my friend asking that guy or expressing a concern to that guy on that dating app, it's a real thing. She's not just being paranoid. It's a real thing. And people have a right to be concerned. They have a right to ask the questions that affect their health. So the experts that were interviewed by NPR agreed that you should be asking potential partners these queries pretty early on, ideally before meeting in person. The answers help you to gain a better sense of how much exposure this person has to other people and the environments that pose a risk of contracting the coronavirus. Basically, you are trying to assess your risk of getting sick if you start a relationship. Of course, you also want to assess if you do get sick, if the individual will care enough to attempt to take care of you or to help to take care of you. And even though it may feel uncomfortable to ask someone that you just met about their daily whereabouts and activities, it is essential for everyone's health and well-being, says Dr. Joyce Sanchez, an infectious disease specialist at the Medical College of Wisconsin. You have to keep in mind that exposing yourself to a new partner doesn't just affect you. She adds, the impact also extends to the people that you live and work with, as well as your community at large when you're out and about. So, Sanchez refers to this as the bubble, your bubble. The bubble is constantly changing. Maybe one of your roommates just got back from a visit with family, or you've been asked to start going to your workplace a few times a week. Sex educator and writer Gabrielle Alexa Noel says her boyfriend recently got a new roommate, which forced all three to have the COVID talk. And this was done before choosing to share personal space. So you not only have to have a great deal of communication when dating, when a dating partner, but with the people in your bubble, according to Sanchez. And really and truly, that or those questions should be questions that you would ask anyway. You know what I mean? It should be something of concern to you any which way you slice it. Whether you are just dating someone, whether you have been dating for a long time, when it comes to something like this, looking at your health, you probably want to be asking some of these questions. Now, immediately, if someone is not eager to participate in a conversation like that, that would give me pause, says Noel. No matter how awkward or uncomfortable you might feel asking some of the questions, she says, if someone else is also taking their health seriously, that person should be eager to discuss safety and precautions with you as part of the bubble merging process. They want to be sharing space with you. They want to be interacting. So if you want to be doing that, then why not ask the questions that can put you in a position to do that? Makes sense, right? Dr. Abrar Karan of Harvard Medical School agrees. And he says, you should approach this conversation the same way you would talk about sexually transmitted diseases before being intimate with someone for the first time. It's a matter of fact conversation about your health and that of your potential partner or partners. Nothing can guarantee you are fully safe. But this is the best way to think about risk reduction, says Karan. So, how many people actually ask the STD question when they're dating for the first time? How many ask that question when, or make the suggestion, let's go get tested before taking the plunge into the in between the sheets? And it might seem odd, but here's the reality. If you're going to have intimate relations, you should be able to ask intimate questions and have intimate discussions. When you get into intimacy or into me see, you are removing these blinders, these shades, these borders, these barriers. And you are really exposing yourself to each other. Now, that comes with everything else that would be transmitted between you. So you're not only transmitting information, personal information, and secrets, but you're transmitting things that are alive inside of you. Literally. So you should be having these. We should all be having these discussions. As a matter of fact, becoming friends, you should be having some of these discussions too. Just being friends. Because who better to transition to something more than friends with than a friend? You don't just meet someone and decide, you know what, this is going to be my next husband or my next wife. Just because you just met them. That typically happens after you get to know someone and you become close and you form these bonds. So early out, and the earlier I guess would be the better. Early out, you want to make sure that not only are you keeping yourself safe, but the person that you're getting involved with is interested in keeping you safe also. Didn't look at it that way, did you? Well, if you didn't before, I suggest you start now. In-person connections are not off the table until the pandemic ends, says Dr. Dolores Albarracin, who teaches medicine and psychology at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Let's say you've met someone you like and have gone on several FaceTime or even literal picnic dates, but you'd like to take things to the next level and meet up indoors. So you've done the social meeting, the not social, the virtual meeting, and you've done the outdoor meeting, but now you want to go inside and possibly get inside when you go inside. Sanchez recommends answering 3 main questions before taking this step. 1. What are the transmission rates in your community? 2. Do you, your partner, or any of your close contacts have any pre-existing conditions or health risks you should keep in mind? If you are immunocompromised, for example, you should engage in low-risk activities. What is the risk of the activity you plan to do? Whether eating at a restaurant outdoors or something, or like eating at a restaurant indoors. So these are things that you need to consider. These are questions you need to ask. Karen says, COVID-19 case numbers and community spread within your county or neighborhood are a good benchmark to inform your decision to meet in person out indoors. If transmission rates are high, there's probably a higher risk that someone at a restaurant or cafe could have COVID-19 and potentially transmit the virus to you or your date. So you may want to keep things online or outdoors for the time being. If transmission rates in your community are low, you might feel safe of venturing to an indoor location for dinner. And that's just the start. We're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some more. As at right now, we're going to say sayonara to Facebook Live. Thank you guys for tuning in and sharing. Greetings and salutations to you, Andrea. Big ups to you. Welcome. So, everybody jump on over into the stew pot. Go to kevinstew.com. All right? Call your friend, tell your friend. Call an enemy. Call somebody. Anybody. Family member. Family foe. Just share and let's talk. Welcome to Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first-of-its-kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or $415,000 US.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew and the Night Shift Radio Show. Yo, the thing, turn up the thing loud. Wow, DJ Kevin Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the Night Shift Radio Show, Christina. It's a heart to top. Loud. Kill the beast.
It's been a long time coming. Are you ever gonna change? Are you ever gonna to take advice for how I'm feeling? It's been a long time running, and I know you wanna stay. So I think that it is time we live like we used to. Right all around the city, singing with the top down. Let's take it back to when we were younger. It's been a long time coming, so put on a happy face. Grab my hand so we can let all of our troubles out. There's no care tonight. Take me for a ride. Even when the stars never will align. Even when it's dark and you lose your mind. Whoa, whoa, right in the moment when your head is confused. Oh, I will stay in the madness with you. Oh, now you're so crazy. Oh, I'm crazy too. Right in the moment when your head is confused. Oh, I will stay in the madness with you. Baby, don't you worry, 'cause you know I understand what it's like to be chewed up and spit out in the cold world. Baby, there's no hurry, as long as you take my hand. We can dance and I won't be everyone to let you go. There's no care tonight. Take me for a ride. Even when the stars never will align. Even when it's dark and you lose your mind. Whoa, whoa, right in the moment when your head is confused. Oh, I will stay in the madness with you. Oh, now you're so crazy.
The track is called Madness.
I'm crazy too. Right in the moment when you're
Artist goes by the name Royce.
in the madness with you. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no care tonight. Take me for a ride. Even when the stars never will.
Want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you in Broad County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties, and she comes COVID-free with 20 plus years of experience. So if you're gonna be in any of those areas, just give her a call, 954-655-9000. Or email her at thealater@att.net. That's THEALATER@att.net. She comes with her table, her oils, her Healing Heavenly Hands, and just ask one thing outside of paying her. Get off her table when she's done and go sleep somewhere else. When you call her, tell her Kevin Stew sent you. So I'll stay in the madness with you. If I like you enough, I'll stay in the madness with you. But understand that your madness is not is only going to be compounded by my madness. So don't think that you are going to be madness free all of a sudden. Just because I decided I want to stay in the madness with you. Now, as we continue talking about this whole dating thing in COVID times, welcome back, by the way. And to those just tuning in, welcome to the broadcast. So, here's a comment in the stew pot. Thank you, Zoli. I find it difficult to know when to have these or to have those questions asked. If you do so at the beginning, it may be off-putting, and if you wait too long, you may miss your window. So, how soon is too soon? Well, we know how late would be too late, right? If you're meeting up and you didn't ask that question, or you have met up, I should say, and you haven't asked any of those questions, that would probably be too late. Or is there a never too late situation? Here's the thing. Remember at the very beginning, one of the things that was mentioned is having open, honest communication. Right. So if you're going to have open, honest communication with this new prospect, that involves having the difficult conversations. So you're going to, if it's a concern of yours, you're going to need to express it. Because what you're doing, in my opinion, is setting a precedence. If, as it relates to something like this, that is not just in a vacuum, this is happening all over the globe. So, everybody is experiencing this in some way, shape, or form. At the beginning of the relationship, for you to say to your potential new partner, well, how do you view this COVID thing, and what is your risk of either contracting or transmitting the virus if you should get it? And then transition out of that into STDs. You don't know if you're going to get to the point of becoming sexually active with this individual. And if you have it in your head already that you intend to bed this person, that's even more reason for you to be asking the questions. So, what do you have to lose if you present any of these questions very early out in the relationship? Absolutely nothing. If it doesn't work out as a result of you asking these questions, then you don't have to worry about contracting a virus of any sort, because this individual is not going to be the one to transmit it to you. They're gone. So you may have lost out on a potential partner, but you live on healthy to date again. So how do you lose? 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Numbers to call, numbers to text, numbers to WhatsApp to get you in touch. Of course, you jump into the stew pot. Just go to kevinstew.com. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to register anywhere. Just go to kevinstew.com and you're there. What you see on the video, that is live. So if you're not hearing it, just click on the little mute button. Well, you would be hearing me to follow that instruction if you're just going on kevinstew.com, right? Cool. Anyway, so these are questions that you ask on a first date. When exactly is the first date? Let's talk about that for a moment. Is your first date the first time that you sit in front of that person face to face, whether virtually or physically? Or is your first date when you start exchanging information. Because really and truly, a date is taking the opportunity to get to know someone else. Same sex, opposite sex, doesn't really matter. Platonic friendship, eros friend relationships, it doesn't really matter. A date is when you get to know someone. So, as you're getting to know the person, oh, what school did you go to? Oh, where did you grow up? Oh, how do you view this COVID-19 situation? How at risk are you? Do you interact with people a lot? How is that not a question that goes right there in the mix? So, is it a question that you can ask on the first date, in my opinion? Yes. Why not? And even if you're reconnecting with someone that you've been away from or have not been in touch with for years, and you somehow reconnect, why not ask those questions? Especially if in the past you guys used to meet up and do things, go partying, go drinking, go taking movies, skydiving, bungee jumping, whatever. Chances are you'll want to do some of those things again because you enjoyed them the first time. So why not ask these questions? So going back to the information from NPR, other factors to consider before choosing a date spot are all the tables at least 6 feet apart. Does the establishment require servers to wear masks? And some don't. So that's another thing. What I find interesting about the whole restaurant thing, though, I must say, is that you need a mask to go into the establishment. You get a seat, you can take your mask off. How does that work? Do you automatically end up in a bubble kind of a deal? How exactly that work? So you go to the restaurant, you get seated, you can remove your mask. Now, everybody that walk past you has the potential to transmit that virus to you. And you to them. Because you're not wearing a mask. If you don't know if you have it, or if you had it and don't know that you can still transmit it. And again, this is information that we are not too sure about. So, what do? And this is why I personally am not interested in going to sit in a restaurant. I'm really not. I'm not too keen on interactions like that outdoors right now. However, my job on a daily basis requires me to be out and about in places like these. And that's the reality of it. But of course, I need to go out there to make the money so that I can do this. So, what do? So for me, I wear my mask all the time. I'm constantly washing my hands. I'm constantly sanitizing my hands. Because it's a requirement for me to make sure that not only that I am safe, but when I get home, those in my home are also safe. So, if I'm meeting someone for the first time and we're chit-chatting, well, I would ask them, because if we're going to meet again, or we're going to become friends in whatever capacity, I have to go home. What am I taking home? And so, I started at one place and I ended up at another. But y'all get the point, right? These discussions are important at any stage and every stage. If you're planning to take your dates into each other's homes and getting intimate, you should both be sure you don't have COVID-19. At minimum, COVID-19. Albarracin says she recommends getting tested and waiting to see if the results is negative, or quarantining for 2 weeks without symptoms before close mask-free proximity. So 2 weeks in reality is not that long a time. Here's the thing. That 2 weeks probably going to have to reset each time you interact with someone that potentially could have the virus. Bum, bum, bum. So if you meet someone and the connection is strong, I don't know how you and them are going to work it out. And in the midst of all this, what then of sex? Here's a question that probably never made it into Cosmo magazine and their dating advice columns. If you're not willing or able to get tested or complete a 2-week quarantine beforehand, are masks necessary during sexual encounters? All right. So, how exactly does this transfer of this virus thing happen? Does it only happen by way of particles in the air? Can it happen with kissing? Can it happen with exchange of bodily fluids from any orifice? Canada's chief public officer, Dr. Theresa Tam, became the latest among several or one of the latest of several health officials to suggest that when it comes to getting physical with a partner, people should wear masks and avoid kissing. New York City health officials also encouraged people to engage in positions facing away from one another to avoid the exchange of breathing particles. Let me continue this information before I say anything. That's because a primary mode of transmission is mouth to mouth, so to speak. Particles breathed out by someone infected, then inhaled by someone else. Now, while Sanchez agrees that masks do make sexual activity somewhat safer in that they reduce the exchange of viral particles, she says it's hard to measure effectiveness. Now, unfortunately, the answer is we do not know how much the risk goes down when you wear a mask while having sex. Ultimately, you can't have sex 6 feet apart, and that is where I wanted to go with this. Ultimately, you cannot have sex 6 feet apart, so it's going to be a high-risk activity whether or not you wear a mask and or avoid kissing. So you end up in a situation where you're going to have sex. You really think that a mask is going to prevent you from getting the virus if one of you have it? You're having sex. I don't understand. Because you're not wearing a body condom. So you're going to break a sweat. Are you saying then that it cannot be transferred by way of skin to skin contact? Are you going to have sex clothed? How are you going to work out all of those? Somebody help me through the logistics of this. I'm not comment in the stew pot here says I'm not socializing or meeting anyone new right now, so I guess my options are people I already know. All right, Marlon, let's go with that. Someone you already know, and which should be if you intend to take a relationship to the next level, to the level of intimacy, in that you're having sex. This has to be someone that by this point in time you can say you know. Or it should be. I'm not saying that sex on the first date is not a thing that happens. It does. Sometimes you meet someone and you have that sexual energy connection. Cool. Before jumping each other's bones, at least at minimum you want to know some of these things. And I get it. Passion, in the throes of passion, things go awry. Cool. You want to tell me that the moment you meet, you're going to be ripping each other's clothes off and not having any conversations? At all? So, yeah, you have an opportunity to talk about these things. As well as you should. Now, as it relates to connecting with people that you already know, like Marlon suggested, for some people the pandemic has presented an additional layer of emotional confusion. Several readers wrote in with the conundrum: is it worth the effort to try and meet someone new and figure out their pandemic philosophy? Or is it better to rekindle things with a former partner whose judgment on pandemic safety you already trust? Alright. I'm going to pause here before I go on any further. There's a reason that a person that you already trust may not be in the position that you would have that intimacy with anymore. So, just for the sake of an orgasmic evening, you're going to reconnect with that person? Is that what is going on at this point? St. Thomas says it's perfectly normal to want to reach out to an ex during this time and check in. In a dramatically changing world, it's okay to want to check in on people who have been an important part of your life. But that doesn't always mean it's a good idea to reignite a relationship that previously ended. Which is pretty much speaking to what I was just asking about. Isn't there a reason why the relationship, in that aspect of your relationship, ended? It's so easy to reach out, especially if you are socially isolated, she says. But if someone is still in pain, or if someone is still a pain point for you, if it is something that is still fresh, then why bother? The suggestion is that you avoid that. Restarting things with an ex could potentially lead to mixed expectations about the relationship this time around, or could negatively affect the process the progress that you've both made since the breakup. St. Thomas says instead you should rely on your support group, friends, family, and a therapist. These are all good people to talk to about rekindling an old flame. Sometimes we forget why we end certain relationships. So we need someone to kind of jog our memory, you know? Although dating in an era of COVID-19 does present a series of risks, Karen says we have to assess it similarly to how we assess the risk we take when going to the grocery store or to a testing site. That's even another concern right there, going to a testing site. Meaningful emotional connections are still an essential part of everyday life, and we should keep the rewards and benefits of dating in mind, just as we do with buying food or seeking medical care. He says, I think we should not downplay the importance of human connection, because relationships are what help us stay mentally sane through something like this. All right. So you're going to stay mentally sane by trying to connect with an old flame? Isn't that kind of counterproductive? Especially if that old flame caused a lot of stress, which is why they are an old flame. That's counterproductive. So now you're going to have to create some new stress with some new people that you don't know. But even that is stressful. So what do? Invest in toys? That might be a possibility. Going to a testing site was mentioned in this. So there's a concern of dating and going somewhere to date. Getting tested for COVID-19 is a high risk date, because everybody else that is going to get tested potentially has this virus also. So where are you most likely to get the virus? In a restaurant or a COVID-19 testing site? Things that make you go, So now you're asking other questions, right? Good. You should be asking other questions. Again, my job is to stimulate your appetite, not satisfy your hunger. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse eMedia Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse eMedia Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse eMedia Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Reggae Global Entertainment presents international recording artist Ed Robinson's new single, One of the Poorest People. This is a hot One, available November 15th, 2020.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Celestia DJ Kevin Stew.
I'll be home in a minute. Not take no time for change your state night. I feel like dancing tonight is date night. Alright, tell me where you feel like. Anywhere you wanna go, it's your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. Tell me where you feel like. Anything you wanna do is your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. I wanna see you smile, that makes me forget what kind of a hectic day I had at work and get lost in your essence. I wanna feel your body rock and sway to some reggae the DJ play inside a club where no one knows our name. Your warm embrace, your tenderness is reassuring. It's gonna be alright, you whispering in my ear. Believe every word you say as I let you have your way. Go get dressed, baby, I'll wait. Tell me where you feel like. Anywhere you wanna go, it's your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. Tell me where you feel like. Anything you wanna do is your night. Put on that dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. This 9 to 5 got me away with all the deadlines with postcoders. Now my supervisor's breathing down my neck. The thing that gets me through the day are thoughts of you, just knowing somebody so beautiful is waiting there for me. Your warm embrace, your tenderness is reassuring. It's gonna be alright, you're whispering in my ear. Believe every word you say as I let you have your way. Go get dressed, baby, I'll wait. So tell me where you feel like. Anywhere you wanna go, it's your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. Tell me where you feel like. Anything you wanna do is your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. I'll be home in a minute. Not take no time for change, it's date night. I feel like dancing tonight, it's date night.
Pull up that DJ Kevin, Sentinel say that.
I'll be home in a minute. Not take no time for change, it's date night. I feel like dancing tonight, it's date night. Alright, tell me where you feel like. Anywhere you wanna go, it's your night. Put on the dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. Tell me where you feel like. Anything you wanna do is your night. Put on that dress you know I like, let down your hair. Get dressed up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. I wanna see you smile, that makes me forget what kind of a heck.
The track is called Date Night. I wanna welcome you back to the broadcast.
I wanna feel your body rock and sway to some reggae the DJ play inside a club where no one knows.
Artist goes by the name Steven Souza.
Embrace your tenderness is reassuring. It's gonna be alright, you whispering in my ear. Believe everyone.
I wanna say thank you to my segment sponsor Reggae Global Entertainment.
Baby, I'll wait. Tell me where you feel.
Reggae Global will act as your booking agent. Take care of your tour management. Handle your copyrights, publishing, trademarks, business registration, legal service referrals, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Give them a call 954-998-8034 or visit them online reggaeglobalentertainment.com.
Let's take my ride and go somewhere. This 9 to 5 got me away with all the deadlines with postcoders. Now my supervisor's breathing down my neck. The thing that gets me through the day.
Hey, cuz, welcome to the show.
Body so beautiful is waiting there for me. Your warm embrace, your tenderness is reassuring.
Thank you all for sticking around. So, as we go into the final segment of the information side of the broadcast,
anywhere you wanna go.
On the line, I have one of my colleagues from Reggae Global Radio.
Just up, let's take my ride and go somewhere. Tell me where you feel like.
But he's not only on Reggae Global Radio, the man kind of global away. But we were chit-chatting a little bit, and I wanted to get his views. Thank you, Stephen Sosa. I wanted to get his views on the whole COVID dating thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you my colleague, the motivator, the one and only motivator, the motivator. Yo, welcome to the broadcast, bro.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good night, good night, good night.
So, all right. Here's the thing. In these times, people are online dating. Some people are meeting people, and I don't know what the attraction is behind the mask, because everybody wearing a mask, so I don't know. The face used to be the first point of attraction. But online dating has kind of taken off to another level in these COVID-19 times. First of all, how you feel about dating during these times at all?
Well, right now, my opinion is if you have somebody already, you stay with that person. But the online thing right now, remember, so them have a thing where you have to get tested, like if you go into different states or country or well, them something. So if you're doing that,
yeah,
I don't think they're testing anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just in case, okay, you meet somebody online and they say, all right, this weekend we're gonna meet up.
Right.
And like you said, they're in a mask. So why would you want to put yourself in some type of situation where you don't know if this person has this and you don't know the other vice versa? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And you don't know the medical history, so I wouldn't even be trying to do that. That's
All right.
my opinion. That's my opinion.
So one of the things that we were talking about a whole lot is asking the questions. You know, is it a first date type of a question to say, all right, so what is your level of exposure to this COVID-19 thing? Where you work, are you required to wear a mask all day? You know, are you at a high risk of exposure? So in these COVID times when you're going to be dating someone, shouldn't these be questions that you'd ask early out if you just meet someone?
Absolutely. Because first of all, like right now, we know some people working at a medical field.
Right.
You see me? And then it's like, they're the one that's high risk because they have to work with these patients. You understand what I said?
Yeah.
So, you have to, well, me, if I'm just saying my opinion, like I said, I would ask that straight from the door. Like, listen, are you know what I'm saying?
So
I would ask that question from the door.
So how you do it? You see the person in them scrubs and they look really nice in their scrubs and their mask, and you walk up and you say, "Hi, I am the motivator. I just saw you across the way and I thought I'd say hi." How we go after that?
Yo, I don't want to run the people because I don't want to forget to know who they are first. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to really scare you off. I say, yo, boom. So,
but how is that scaring them off, though? Because
all right, no.
Yeah.
Like, the person I am, when I speak, some people say, yo, that guy is very blunt. He just come out and talk, and it just, I say drop.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you just saying, yo, are you this, that, that, they probably like, oh, damn, this guy just disrespected me. You understand what I said to you? Like, but it's not a disrespect. It's reality. It's everything that's real that's going on right now. So you can't
exactly.
say, oh, them try to style me already. You can't, but you have to just find a way, a company way for say, okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Excuse me. Have you ever been tested for the COVID on Ray? Come out of the street. We're not go around the bush. You see me?
Right.
So who wants to take it offensive to take it offensive? But you have to understand. It's not like remember when they have AIDS out, right?
Yeah.
AIDS is different from this situation because you could touch somebody with AIDS and that don't mean you're going to get AIDS. You have to get it through saliva or transmitted sexual, whatever.
Right.
This is just a man probably talk and a man talk and a spit fly pass out time mouth and you see what I said?
Right.
That's a whole different scenario right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just come out with it like I'm gonna have to ask it like real talk. I'm gonna have to ask it. So I'm not gonna worry about if you feel disrespected. If you feel that you're disrespected, that means that man, you cannot have a conversation then because I'm asking something that's going on that's but health wise.
All right.
It can affect both of us more than the two of us because we're family. You know what I'm saying? Just like you work in a hospital or something like that. They the one that deal with the people every day for 8 to 10 hours.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then they still got to be the ones that come home to their family. So, you know what I mean?
Right. And
I lost a cousin
for
this COVID. You know what I'm saying? I lost a cousin.
Yes. So
but
it's a real thing for you to then if you see someone that you like along the way, apart from your series of questions would go, hi, and then question, what's your name, where you live, what's your number, what's your COVID-19 status?
It's funny, but it's not funny. But brother, you forgot to ask it, man. Somewhere down the line, you have to ask it. It might not be within the first 20 minutes. It might be the next day or two.
But why not in the first 20 minutes? Why not in the first 20 minutes? Here is someone that you have met and you have an attraction to, for whatever it is, whether it is the way they look, you heard them talking, or you ended up in a conversation and you connected that way intellectually.
Right.
If there's going to be a second conversation, why wait for the second conversation to ask it? Why not ask it in the first one?
You're right about that one too. You're right about that one. But I'm just, I was just throwing it out there just to say because some people might give it a little chance to say, okay, all right, the conversation go today, Ray. So, next conversation, that means that day, we'll say, okay, maybe they want to go out for coffee or tea. I don't know. But, I'm just throwing it out there like that. Some people would ask, like me, would I ask straight from the rip, and next person probably would have said, boom, boom, bang. So it's not wrong, but I'll still want to know ahead of time.
Right.
Because maybe you had it before and it went away.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Because I know people that have had it.
Yeah.
And it went away. So there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is you should ask it. And you shouldn't feel no type of way. If I ask it within a 2 second minute talk, just answer it. You know what I mean? It ain't no bad feeling. This is, like I said, this is something that's going on right now that's affected the whole world. I don't like once or two somebody hit the bucket. You know what I'm saying? This is global.
Yeah.
So my thing is you shouldn't feel no way if I, the motivator, ask that question or Tom and Jerry over there ask the question or Sally go ask it. You know what I mean? That's something that's real. That's something real right now.
So basically,
nobody should feel no type of way.
Basically, you're saying as a society right now, as a dating society,
right?
We should add that to our very first set of questions. It comes with, what's your name? What's your sign? What's your birth date? You have family members. When you're asking those questions, your COVID status should be up in there.
That should be that status should be on the box too. Like when you go for a job and them ask you, or when you go to the doctor, they say, have you ever had hepatitis? Or them should have put that in that box too. You feel me? Let's put it in the box. Have you ever been infected with COVID, or did you ever get tested, or when was the last time you get tested? All that's supposed to be in that profile.
So let me take that a step further. Do you ask the STD question at the same time?
If you need to, you gotta ask it if you need to.
But
But like I said,
you're meeting
you ask some
someone.
people that question. You ask somebody that question. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
You ask, and some people would take it offensively. That's what I'm saying. Some people take it offensively, but I don't.
All right. And
well, why would you want to take it offensive? I don't see why you would want to take it offensive.
that is where I'm going with my line of questions. Now, why would we want to be offended by something that is important to our lives? Why do we want? Why are we getting offended by that?
Because some people is small-minded. They don't. You know, have some people just think one way, so they're gonna always think that way. They don't think it's okay. Remember, because that road job, that road job, that road job. You know what I'm saying? They only think in one way, and their way is negative. So they just once you on that route right there, you're not gonna think of nothing else. You're just gonna always stay in that one lane.
Yeah.
So that means to say, okay, me and you can't have a conversation because if I have a conversation, you're going to take it left when I didn't mean it to go left. I'm trying to act and,
right
through what's going on of the situation.
Right. You see, these are some of the questions that we tend to leave out of our everyday meetings.
Mandatory.
See,
you understand?
that's just it. It maybe I need to do a look. I need to take a look at what should be mandatory questions and when do these mandatory questions get asked? Because the question was asked in the stew pot earlier on, if you ask it on the first date, and I really had to figure out really quickly what the first date is. Because is the first date when you first talk to somebody? Or the first date is when you agree to meet up with someone and have drinks or have lunch?
I was just about to ask you, and you just answered to me already. So I was just about to ask you, what do you think?
For
the
me,
first thing would I do the first date? Whether you calling on the phone or you gonna meet up and say, "Yo, meet me at the bar down the road." You know what I mean?
So that the first outing and your first date is two different things. Because here's the thing: a date is supposed to be the process of getting to know someone. Dating is supposed to be the process of getting to know someone. Now, we grew up in Jamaica. Well, for me, dating thing will only happen on TV.
Right. You're right.
In Jamaica, we meet someone, and if we're going to meet up the next day to go to a movie or to have dinner, at that point we're there.
Yeah, because I'm not a racist person, but like you said, it's only TV. But you know where I'm going with that part already. You understand?
Yeah, it's
like you said,
society thing.
Jamaica know if we go outside now, to meet whatever race, whatever it is, what's the all right? So after second round or whatever, we say we go out in our area. No, me and you there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once you start calling me, I say, yeah, man, I'm home on that man.
and
you never tell her, you never tell her,
you all didn't agree.
In your head, and then you know what I mean? So
right.
After that, you start forward there. Oh, sorry, that means some people start, one of them know.
And
you know what
and that's
it's part of life.
Right. So that is the thing now, because you're in dialogue and you are talking more than you used to talk before. Let's say someone that you didn't know from before. You were acquaintances, and now, for whatever reason, the communications becomes more frequent.
Right.
So now the relationship gone to a next level. So even if it's someone that this is my take, even if it's someone that you know a long time ago and you lost connection and you're reconnecting.
Right.
These are some of the questions that need to be asked, in my opinion. Now, I was of that mindset too, where
I agree.
Thank you. I also have the mindset too that it could be offensive to be asking someone, boy, all right, so what's your COVID-19 status? Or when was the last time you had an STD test? You want us to go get tested together? That don't sound like a real date to be made. You know, that not sound like your typical date, but it's probably one of the most important dates of your life.
Right, because remember I said this COVID stuff just came in. So, but I even what did you say with like your regular
STDs.
The last time you got tested for STD as well and that type of stuff. If you ask a woman or the woman asks the man, just like sometimes you have the woman, right?
Yeah.
I say, all right, come, man, we're going to go to the clinic and just go get tested real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or just regular, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So if she say yeah, she say yeah. If he say yeah, he say yeah. But if you say no, that means something wrong because you don't want to go.
All right.
Either you probably want to go by yourself or something wrong with you.
Quite possibly. But here's the next thing. You meet someone and you transition to the relationship phase, whether generically or you actually plan to do it. This whole getting tested thing still doesn't end up as a part of the conversation. And if you bring it up, now it becomes a matter of, so I need to not trust you? Are you out there doing something why you need to go get tested? Are you telling me that I'm out there doing something or accusing me of doing something why you want me to go get tested? And that becomes another issue right off the bat.
So it goes back to what I was saying again before. You know what I mean? It's going to be a problem like that. Somebody it got left. Them take it got left. You know what I'm saying? Now you're trying to think about you and the other person to make sure the both of y'all stay. The other person going to think left. I said, yo, them are going to try to style me. Oh, going to try to style. You know what I'm saying? But they got to get that out of their mind. They got to change their mindset of thought and thinking. They got to change it. They can't be left when it comes to something that's so detrimental like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is something that's serious. Like, it's very, very serious. It's like, it's crazy, man.
But
like I said,
yeah, STD status serious too, but people not talk about it. People not making dates to go and get tested together.
I understand what you said, but people have to start look on, like you said, the mandatory question you should ask, and we're not asking it. Well, I'm not out there to ask somebody not like that. So I'm not out there. I'm not looking at no dating site, but I'm just saying.
Right.
So people that's out there or whatever they're doing, whether it's the dating sites and this, that, and the third, or you find somebody to, like you say, you go down the road, or whether it was you was in class with this person and you like them and vice versa. These are the things that they need to ask each other right now.
So it boils down to the fact that we're dating wrong.
Yeah. Right now we are. like what I said, SI super intensive. This is super intensive right now.
Yeah. So we need to pretty much change the way that we're interacting with each other, because all right, I get to understand. I'm cool with the fact that asking an STD status question is along the lines of a more intimate relationship. Something as general and as easily transmitted as COVID-19, that now becomes an as you meet them kind of a question.
Right. I agree with the both things you just said. Asking somebody like the STD, that's more like when you go down more in the relationship part. That means, you know what I mean? Because some people might ask before you have sex, or they might have sex and then they come off and say, like, so, you know, when you're talking in a relationship, you say, so have you ever had an STD? And it come out, the person might say, yeah, they might say, no, or right. You know what I'm saying?
But
this one right here, this is the main one that should be asked from the door, from the rip. You know what I'm saying?
But hold on, motivator. With the STD thing, when you wait until after you have sex to ask the question, have you ever had an STD? Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Right, but what I'm saying is some people feel, I'm giving it to left and right. You know what I said?
Yeah.
Some people will ask it before, like having a conversation before they had sex, and the next person would, after they had sex, conversation come up, yo, have you ever had STD? You understand what I said to you?
Yeah, and I get
It
it.
flows that way.
But
It flows that way.
But that is kind of, and this is what I'm saying, and what I'm kind of pooling they are marrying the COVID-19 question with, to ask after interaction
Yeah,
could
you're right.
actually be too late.
Yeah, the story on it's
The
been
horse
road.
gone already, and you sit down there and the cat.
Yeah, so the, like I said, those two, anything dealing with your health wise should be asked. Put it that way. Anything health wise.
All right. So at the end of the day, we need to change the way we're dating.
Yeah, we that has to be a change, like because like I said, first of all, whoever out there on some dating site right now needs to dress up because you know what? No, there's too much going on.
So,
So
weird.
you got people got going to on planes, coming back and forth, this, that, and the third, and people still getting sick. So, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying the dating sites need to what? Shut down? Go and pause?
It needs for pause, man, because I'm saying because I've never been on a dating site, so
Yeah.
I can't tell how it go, but I'm just saying my thing of looking on TV,
Yeah.
television,
Yeah, television.
They on them laptop or them phone, and they say, oh, da 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 da, and then them just meet up. Them not say, okay, like they just meet up. They don't say like, okay, well, like on COVID-19, they should have a thing and say, okay, well, you go get tested, or you and this person go get tested at this facility. Then after that, we can see the results. Then y'all can go on a date. So watching the television is just, okay, you go onto your laptop, your phone, or whatever device you use. Boom, 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 you type in, you're pricing your like and your dislike and ray, boom, phone, a match up. And then after that, okay, thing is a match. Okay, meet me at the barbershop tomorrow, 9 o'clock. It's no facility that you're going to for y'all to get checked. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember we said COVID, when COVID first started, remember this now.
Yeah.
It wasn't a mask thing really first yet. It was mask and gloves. So remember, you have to start sterilize things, wipe down, bleach up this, bleach up that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and we still don't know, or I'm saying, they say it's through sneeze and ray.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what they want to tell us. That's what they're telling us. They're not telling us everything, you know.
Right.
So, like I said, the dating sites, it should be a thing where if you're going to go through that, it should be a facility that you guys have to go get tested and you can find out what's going on from there. So that means that everybody's still safe to a degree if you don't have it.
But you know, one of the really scary things, the testing site is probably the most likely place that you'll get infected.
I just thought about that. What you said, everybody have to go there to go get tested.
There you go.
Because I even watched on the news now. They're trying to do the testing thing in the schools now, like the high schools and ray. I watched it on the news, and they're trying to do that there. So they say it takes less stress on other facilities, so now you can do it there. So they're trying to they're saying they're going to start sending the packages. They got to do the testing thing, so they could the nurses or that's in
the schools
to test the people. Yes.
Okay. Excuse me.
So, but at the end of the day, again,
yeah,
it's still crazy because if somebody has it there, they're going to shut back down the school again. So it's crazy.
Go.
It's crazy. I was supposed to start a new job the other day.
Yeah.
Because I'm a chef as well. And the same week I was supposed to start, I think it was a student or somebody else. And this was a small school. This like where you have pre-kids and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because the last time I was working at the college, but since the college got closed down with the COVID,
right.
They still have preschool. I remember the little kids still have to go, and people need babysitters, so they got to take their kids to the school.
Right.
But somebody put it there, and they closed back down the whole school.
See? So, here we go. So, if at the testing site it is high risk, and all right, let me put a big fly in the ointment. You go to the testing site, and the person doing the testing, and you click, and now you exchange numbers. And do you still ask the question, what's your COVID status?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Let me see a document. Can I see a document? Yo, did you pass today?
You see? So I don't even know how to move forward with the whole dating thought. You raise a point saying that you think dating sites should go on pause, but there's a social aspect to human beings where we have the need to interact.
Right. That's
So,
like parties right now. People still like keep parties. People like keep what input by the flat secret location. You feel me?
So if everybody if everybody know the secret location, how is it a secret?
It wasn't a secret, but what I'm saying is people. So all these time move, people still say, "Oh, man, I forgot what I do enough. Party me, I go tonight enough." They don't. It's still they got like you say, they gotta go. The O's too long. Remember, when we was in the house about 3 months.
Right.
And people said, "Nah, man, I gotta go out. I gotta go out." So it's like they gotta go. I watched by the news the other day in New York, and they had 400 people they busted. It was
in a party, yeah.
They had a club next door, but then they had like a little spot that was next door. They was buying alcohol, but it was 400 people. I think they put up to 400 people that was in there.
Right.
It's crazy. They said it got a party.
Yeah. So somebody in the stew pot says, "I want to know during the first interaction," not calling it a date. The first interaction.
That means
in person or otherwise.
In each other. Right. Well,
the interaction is a date.
Ask that question. If I would ask the question right then and there too. I would just ask it right then and there. It might not be the first question, but I'm gonna ask the question right then and there though. I'm gonna ask it.
I think it's a good place to start because and I said this before talking to you. It's setting a precedence to what to expect in the relationship. How you expect to communicate. You expect to be asked difficult questions if somebody has a difficult question to ask.
And that could go to the it could push it up to say, okay, honesty.
Open and listen, my part of my opening remarks with the information that I was presented came with just that. You need to have open, honest communication. That is something that is missing from our relationships on a whole. And I said it. Me myself started open, honest communication only more recently in my life than all along. Now, of course, it changed the whole dynamic of how I relate.
Right.
But it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Okay, but you recall again what I said, close-minded people. So
there you go.
Close-minded, they not thinking out of fitting box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Box that we think out that box different ways.
Right.
But these people is gonna set them brain set one way. Them not try here where you are saying, they stuck. It's stuck. It's just stuck that way. So they're gonna be the ones that feel that way. But like you said, you're having an open relationship, like my relationship, and you can speak freely and be honest with each other. That's the best thing. Then you said, like later on down the line in the relationship, say, oh, that's how it go. So you already see where it's going already. They can't ask, hear me out, wait. You ain't got to worry about it. Well, and try to go around the bush to try to answer the question. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too? It's best to be open and honest. That means, yo, brother, Ray, hey, Missy.
All right.
It's open because it's something that's going on right now.
So let me go ahead and ask you this before I let you go and jump into my musical therapy segment. Whose responsibility then is it to start to effect this change to how we date? Is it the parents as they are talking to their children, or is it these dating sites and dating apps?
Well, it has to start from, well, it depends. It has to start from yourself. Because, no, I'm a grown man, right? You're a grown man. The people that you're going to be dating is a grown. So you're not going to go to your mother and your father and ask them, say, yo, Ray, or for them to give you some type of information. But say, okay, well, you need to go talk to Sally or whatever. No, that got to start from you. Because you're the one that's going to be dating that person, not your mother or your father.
But
you don't talk to your mother and father and say, yo, boom, 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 bang. But you or want the relationship with that person, you have to start up and say, yo, all right, no. This is what it's gonna be.
But I'm an adult in my relationship and I have children. It's not like going out dating or looking for people to date is a part. So who's at this stage of the game, whose responsibility is it to change the way that we date? Is it up to parents who are in their stable relationships to pass on to talk to their children, or is it up to dating sites and media?
Oh no. Okay, since you broke it down that way, I thought you mean to say like, okay, you had a relationship with your mother.
Yeah.
If you have younger children, yes, it starts from you. The parents to tell your kids them say this, that, and the third, but then again, the kids have to understand it depends on how old your children are. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if they're at dating age, teenagers,
right?
Young adults. Let's not say teenagers,
right.
Young adults.
Right. So again, it has to start with them as well. But then, yes, the parents add in as well. You understand what I'm saying to you? So that's like if you want to change something in your life, nobody can make you change unless you change it up.
Right.
You can't put in one church and say, well, hold a Bible here and read it every day and say, that don't mean because you put that Bible, you put me in that church, I'm going to change.
Right.
If I feel as though I'm not going to change, I'm not going to change.
Right.
You understand?
Yep.
So it still got to start from you.
So we need to open up our minds. We need to wise up to how we are interacting with each other, and
correct.
Of course, start having open, honest dialogue. And it doesn't really matter if it is you're getting into a sexual relationship or just being two brethren that will go hang out and shoot pool or whatever, go play ball. It doesn't really matter. The early part of the relationship, you should be asking, all right, what is your COVID-19 status?
Right, like I was about to say. It doesn't matter whether it's a female or, like you say, your brethren or your brother or your sister, can hear what no. You see, this thing is so simple. If you go to work right now, who's to say you can't go to work and come home with it?
Right.
You understand? If you go to school, who's to say you can't? So if now you're bridging, so you mean for them say, yo, I can't say, yo, Stu, or your COVID state. You're going to get mad because I ask you that?
I wouldn't.
Man, yeah, present. So I'm looking at, I want to know what's going on with my brother. I want to know what's going on with my brother. So I said, brother, well, you're going to get tested. What's your thing? You're going to get upset with me because I asked you that? Or you're going to feel my style?
Right. So I wouldn't get upset. In fact, I would respect you even more for doing that.
Right. Because I look up and want to know where my brother stay.
You're looking out for yourself and you're looking out for me.
Right. Because you said one, we might be in each other's house differently. Again, like you said, we have family, so we have to think about all of them something there.
Right.
Because you know, let me tell you the main thing right now, right?
Yeah.
You're going through a door. Everybody touch that door knob there, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go through a door, for the ones too, they don't have no hand sanitizer at that door when you open the door. So You have to sometimes have them sanitizing in your pocket. That means when you open the door, sometimes when you open them, I have tissue in my pocket, so I'm open the door with all that tissue. But some people got it's so used to when you're doing something, you don't remember, so you're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember yourself to like, you go to the door, all right, go in your house, wash your hand, or have some sanitizer on your hand or something, whatever.
Yep.
Just to be on the safe side, because I'm on just sneezing at the store or whatever, or
you
anywhere they're
don't
going.
know.
You don't know. So you still got to be that one to make sure that take precautious measures.
Yeah. I walk with sanitizer in my pocket and in my center console of my car.
Know what I mean? I'm going on my car the other day, and I don't even carry it in my car, but the person asked for a ride. You know what I do? Now, if I spray back with some bleach tonight and with some water, you know what I do? If I look around, we just spray on the door angle and my wife up the something.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I got to be like that, my G. Like, you feel me? I have to be like that.
Yeah.
Because I know I got to leave out of my car or whatever, or suppose we go, one of my kids, them go in the car and I'm going to touch the door or something, whatever. Just got to be on the safe side, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, you at your house right now, I know this for a fact, got people have hosts, or two family and three family hosts or whatever. People come and go. But how many times does you go out there and say, okay, let me wipe off the door and wipe off the hunger them with some bleach and all that? Nobody does that.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to say nobody does it, but people got so comfortable now ever since when the COVID and you start seeing people coming outside now more and more.
Right.
It's like they say, oh, COVID done. No, COVID ain't done. It's just that because they took you off the curfew thing, that doesn't mean it's done. That's where the whole thing started messing up too, because once them start saying, okay, you can start going outside, the store them open up back up. No, that's everybody starts saying, yeah, it's all right. So they went back into their natural state of being what they used to do.
Yeah. I was talking about some of that last night on my health show. And it's a real thing. So, I kind of just had to transition to how we interact with each other in these COVID times and looking at something as simple but complex as dating.
Right. Yeah.
The Motivator. Much respect, brethren. You're on tomorrow night on Reggae Global, aren't you?
Yes, 9 p.m.
9 till midnight.
Yes, I am, sir. Yes,
Reggae Global Radio. Yeah, man, check him out. Check out The Motivator on Reggae Global Radio, 9 p.m. Eastern. And on Saturday from 1 p.m. Eastern.
4
to 4.
Yes. Well,
yes,
thank
sir.
you for having me on your show tonight. And
much love, brother.
Everybody bless up to everybody that was listening. Or should I say Upmans? So I might talk called Upmans.
Yes, sir.
Who don't know, Upmans means good things. You understand, people?
That's
so
right.
Again, thank you for having me on your show tonight.
Much love, brother. Take care.
All right, up.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, The Motivator. Much respect to him. It's musical therapy time. But like The Motivator said, hey, we need to change. We need to revamp this whole dating thing and understand that, like 3644 said in the stew pot, first interaction should be the time when you're exchanging key information. Because now you're laying you're setting a foundation, you're setting a precedence. So, if you don't like how that first interaction go, so be it. If you connect on that first interaction, all the better. It means then you have, and I guess having expectations can lead to all kind of chaos, but you know what to expect. And then you can take it from there and you can grow. And that's pretty much where we're going with it. We want to grow with each other. Whether it is in the relationship that lead into your next marriage or your first marriage, or the relationship that you know that this person is my friend and they have my back no matter what. Either way, you're going to want to know that you're safe around that person and that person is safe around you. Kicking off musical therapy with Ed Robinson working out with Dottie.
Don't even like to think about, baby.
Their rendition of Someone to Love.
I only know I live and breathe for your love. Baby, you came to me in my time of need. When I needed you, you were there for me. Baby, the love from you is what got me through. It's because of you I was able to give my heart again. You give me some.
Want to say thanks to GMAT Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment called Musical Therapy segment. GMAT Music Solutions provides sound, light, and stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers, and so much more. Check them out online, gmatmusicsolutions.com, where you can also do your online shopping or give them a call, 754-307-GMAC. That's 754-307-4622.
All I never love again, baby. I thought my life was over, baby. I didn't want to face or even see another day. Suddenly from nowhere, baby, you appeared. You dried my tears. You cared for me, baby. Your love for me truly rescued me. It's because of you I was able to fall in love again. You give me someone to love, someone to love, someone to hold, someone to hold, someone to know. You give someone to love, someone to trust, someone to hold, someone to hold, someone to know. For in my life, I wouldn't let love inside, but I swallow my pride the day you arrive. Oh, now with you by my side, everything is alright. It's because of you I was able to give my heart again, again. Someone to love, someone to trust, someone to hold, someone to know. I believe in you and me. I believe that we will be in love eternally. Well, as far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. Oh, yes, you will.
This is Dion Blaze,
I believe in dreams again.
her rendition of the Four Tops, I Believe in You and Me.
And like a river find the sea.
Or you could say it's Whitney's rendition. No, the original was done by the Four Tops.
I believe in you and me. I will never leave your side. I will never hurt your pride. When all the chips are down, babe, I will always be around. Just to be right where you are. My love, you know I love you, boy. I will never leave you out. I will always let you in to places no one's ever.
I got 8 minutes before I bounce on out of here. The next time I'm on air will be Saturday night from 8 to 10 on Reggae Global Radio. When I do the Saturday stew.
Maybe I'm a fool to feel the way I do, but I will play the fool forever, just to be with you forever. I believe in miracles,
Yes, Dion.
and baby, you're my dream come
This is a nice rendition of this song. I have some new music for you, courtesy of Kevo Gids. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit short. I have 7 minutes to go. This is La Vie. It's called Sweetheart.
I'm gonna love you hard because you're mine. I'm gonna love you as far as the sea goes and the sun will shine. I know you love me too, but you've got to let me know. 'Cause there's a part of me to you I wanna show.
It's called the Sweet Thoughts Rhythm.
'Cause you are my sweetheart.
And this track is called Sweetheart.
So perfect for me. You are my sweetheart, and I am your queen. Why keep searching for something I know I wouldn't find when you've been right here in front of me all this time? I'm telling you this now so you could understand that loving you is easy.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut and tease. So this is Sweetheart. You want to hear more of these tracks? You come check me out Saturday night in the Saturday Stew on Reggae Global Radio, reggaeglobalradio.com. I want to thank you each and everyone for locking in. Thank you for sticking and staying with me throughout this week on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. I do want to encourage you to look out for each other, members of your community. And your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So whether you walk, ride, or drive, take the bus, the plane, the boat, or the train, people that you pass, these are members of your community. So do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow.
Makes me so.
My name is DJ Kevin Stewart, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 10 to midnight Eastern. It's called The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. On Mondays, it's Community and Finance. Tuesdays, Healthy Love, and Wednesdays, Real Talk. Special announcement coming Monday, all being well. I'll have the brother of the initial investigating officer of the Stacey Stites murder case, Mr. Scott Salmella. His brother died mysteriously weeks after starting the investigation. You don't want to miss this one.
But you gotta let me know.
This one is very much linked to the Rodney Reed case, and some of you might have caught the 2020 special on Rodney Reed this past Friday night. Yeah, I got some more information for you. This is Alicia Marie. You might know her as Anne Marie. It's called Play Me. Tuna sexy, man. Alright, I got 2 minutes. There are two more tracks on this rhythm. One called Shoulder by Fiona, and one by Shamika. It's called Priority. So I get to tease you with the two of them. Let me see if I can squeeze them in.
I really want that.
Fiona. It's called Shoulder. To go.
I don't care what they say, you know I'll always choose you first. They don't know that there's no me without you, and I can't even seem to breathe without you. This kind of love is worth fighting for. And honey, I promise loving you is my priority. You know I'll never let you go, never giving up.
Thank you each and everyone for tuning in. I do encourage you to be good. But if you can't be good at it. Catch y'all on Saturday for the Saturday Stew on Reggae Global Radio. If not, back right here on Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Y'all take care now, okay? Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you good night.
And baby, I promise loving you is my priority. You know I'll never let you go, never giving up.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.